should be live. Okay, awesome. Hello, everyone. If you're not familiar with my voice, my name is Elliot Parker. I PS F3 this week, and we are here with the British Grand Prix. I know I am late for qualifying, but we had some technical difficulties. We are getting that out of the way now. Okay. All right. All right. So we have Milagros starting his fast lap. As we see yellow flags, probably for somebody going slow on their outlap. Hey Cameron, please tell me if this is a good audio volume. Alright, awesome. Hopefully, at some time we can get Black Wolf in the party, as he said he'd be joining me for commentary. As qualifying is over and I missed it, trying to figure out these technical difficulties. So pole position for the race goes to Duncan, 10th ahead of Penzio, Crystal in 3rd, Danik in 4th, Reloaded in 5th, Milagros in 6th, Noise in 7th, Yeast 8th, Klaus 9th, Bella in 10th, Banks 11th, and his 12th, Body 13th, Mazi 14th, Andreas 15th, THCM 16th, and Edzak 17th. Get the race director up for you guys. So judging off what I've seen in the other races, it is most likely that pretty much a vast majority of the drivers are going to be on the medium tires. I'd be interested to see if anyone wanted to risk it on the softs. And there's Black
Easy,
Wolf.
easy. Easy. I'm here.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the commentary booth.
Oh God! It's alive already.
Yes,
Look.
yes, the stream is starting away.
Okay.
Five red lights, and we are underway for the sprint race of the British Grand Prix as Duncan gets a amazing lead, and Yeast is out of the session right away. What happened there?
Once again, hello everyone. I'm
And it,
once again sorry for being late. Oh my God, goodness. Oh, there's this. Oh, okay. Never mind.
we haven't even made it to turn 3 yet, and there's already chaos on the track as we've had one DNF already before Abby. I've seen carbon fiber spreading on the track galore. I'm not sure of how many people
We have
have
a safety. Oh, we have a
damage.
safety car. Oh, we have a safety car already.
I think it's a virtual safety car.
Safety
I
car,
do
and
not see the safety car on the track yet, so it's a VSC for lap 1.
that will sound very unprofessional, but I really would like you to invite me.
Ah, give me one
To the
second.
lobby, to the lobby, of course.
Crap. Okay. Uh, I think I can invite you like this. Give me one second. Wait, how do... All good. Okay, invite friends. I didn't even see that in the pause menu. Alright, you have an invite now.
Thank you very much. I'm accepting it right now. Okay, so we can go back. I'll join you, and finally we can
Alright, so...
enjoy the F3 sprint at Silverstone.
Yeah, so Andreas has also retired. Ivan has repaired his front wing, so those seem to be the biggest losers from the chaos of lap 1. There's a massive gap forming already between Denik and Mazzy. As I'd love to see what's going on here. Does he have damage? It doesn't look too much like it at the moment. We
We're very
have...
close to the cops. Three drivers with the gap, less than a half of a second.
As we see, banks are reloaded with 5-second penalties, if I remember correctly. So that is going to be a massive detriment to their starting position for the feature race. And welcome to the Grand Prix, Black Wolf. I just seen that you joined.
I'm joining.
Let's see if there's any fights going on further down the field. We have noise creeping up on THCM.
No, there's already a huge gap between
And
Mazzy and Denik.
And a massive switchback. Beautiful move from Noise. Gets him up into P9. Is there any other... We have a Stinked Body getting close to Mazzy for P3. As we're going to check on the fight for a lead, even though there's not much of a lead. And Ennis is gone. Ennis is gone. What happened to Ennis the Fairy?
I see a way. I I firstly saw the wing damage, but
And a 3-second time penalty for
lost the
Klaus
grip.
is not going to do him any favors right now.
Esting is attacking Banks. They're going side by side to the club veil section.
We have a 3 wide section. Banks
Will
behind Mazzy. Will he go for it? Will he pull a Hamilton? Oh, no, he won't.
No.
Great minds think alike, Black.
But the battle's not over yet. Battle's not over yet.
I'm going to stick it with this pack of drivers right now because this seems to be the closest fight we have on track right now. Let's see, will Body go for a move? No, he will not.
Is it attacking exact, but the Latvian driver managed to defend his position, at least for now. A bit of trade forming behind Mazzy, which is now attacked and has been overtaken, but by Extinct. Slow the shape of the commentating. I hope.
Oh, Klaus is gone. What happened to him? He's off at Maggots. Will that be a VSC or a safety car? It doesn't look like we have either of those at the moment, so we're gonna continue. We're gonna move up back to the front as Banks has also taken over Mazzy's P4. We have somebody off at Club, which also seems to be Ennis.
Even with the open DRS, Danik fails to even get close to Duncan. Where?
Let's see a battle going on for P9 between Pinzio and THCM. But it does look like he is starting to pull out a gap.
Banks gone wide. Banks has gone wide in the cups. Was definitely losing some time, but he's still in the range of the DRS. But these gaps looks like there will be no huge fights.
And as you say that, Ezak has been overtaken by Pinzio for P8. Will Ezak make another move at him?
Bad commentary curse, I guess. Nothing new.
We're gonna check back in on this lead fight between Danik and...
getting closer to Duncan, but Duncan really manages to CRS really well.
Indeed he does. As he's on 41, as Danik is on 44% compared to Duncan's 89%. So you can see that Danik is really pushing to stay in that ERS range. However, Duncan just seems to have the superior pace at the moment.
His car is very fast in the straights. That's my observation.
It's my guess that he probably went for a lower downforce setup to be more powerful in these long straights like Wellington and
for that. That's an easy explanation. Definitely battle for P3 is going on in its full glory. Banks, Mazzy.
These guys have just been matched with each other.
P3. Every point counts, and every position is important. To gain.
Noise has taken over Reloaded for P6. we have any other fights on the track yet?
Oh, we have battle between Pinjo and Reloaded in Club Vale section. Pinjo has the upper hand for the moment. A
Seems to
very
be
adorable.
Mazzy getting ready to make a move on his teammate.
Very adorable snake.
As Mazzy is
Of
burning
Banks,
the
Mazi,
last
Noise,
of his
and Pinjo are
battery.
joining the party. Are joining the party. Are joining the fight. Extinct position seems safe for the moment. Especially when the people in the back are fighting with each other. Banks, Mazzy, and Noise is joining.
And it
Even
doesn't help that
Pinjo has catched the back of the train.
Noise has a massive moment in club. It's really not helping these drivers to fight each other when now they've completely run out of battery and there's no hope of them right now catching any of the top three.
Probably Noise by this maneuver thrown out of the window his chances for possible P4.
And Malagos gets a 3-second penalty, and Edis Safari DNFs from the sprint, so he will be starting P14. And you gotta wonder whether or not Yeast kind of regrets DNFing after his incident in lap 1 now, because if he would have stayed in, he'd be P14 right now instead of P17. The other driver that also had wing damage, even Belov, is now P13 after having that lap 1 incident. As we check back up at the front, and Duncan has broken the DRS of Denick. So it is safe to say that barring any incidents, Duncan will be on pole for the feature race with Denick P2.
I have no idea why in my minimap Ennis is still on the track, but never mind.
And as you say that, he disappeared.
Duncan's advantage seems safe. Probably the top two. The top two is sealed, but P3 definitely not. There's still a last lap. Banks and Mazzy will definitely try their last opportunity to get the sprint podium.
Noise may be able to move up into P6 on Penzio. Banks getting close, very close to extinct. As we're gonna move up to the front for the end of the sprint race.
And Duncan wins the sprint in F3 sprint in Silverstone. Denick P2. We still have a fight for P3, but it seems like Extinct will deliver this P3 to the finish. Banks P4, Maz P5. No, Maz P4.
And with Banks' penalties, he drops to P7.
Got it. I forgot about the penalty. My bad. X-Team
Oh, and
P3, Mazzy
Milagos
P4.
gets another 3-second penalty at the line, but it does not matter because Ivan is 15 seconds behind. So Ivan will
Oh,
finish
blind effect,
in,
the Milagros position in the end. P12, not the best run, but there's still a race.
and Ivan finishing in style. All right.
So we have the sprint results. Duncan is the winner of the sprint. Danik P2, Extinct P3, Mazzy in P4, Pinjo in P5, Noise P6, Banks P7, and the last point position at Zach P8. He receives the
I
win.
would love to show the race director, but this game has decided that I don't get to look at the race director, so now I just get to look at an advertisement for Crypto.com and Aramco.
So, what do you want to know? Because I am actually in the, but I'm afraid that
I hope
you
somebody
won't make
racing
your
got the
wish
race director and was able to record it.
make the wish for 5 seconds.
Alright. I need to go and get some water because my throat is already dry from qualifying a sprint alone. I will be right back.
So, uh, oh, there is a situation. Okay. Uh, uh my bad, because I'm the driver. Yeah, I've forgotten to pick the spectator. My bad. I'll just retire. Ah.
Oh, made it back. Perfect timing. As
Yeah,
we have
perfect timing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are underway for the British Grand Prix in Formula 3.
And I have the perfect view from the back.
Oh, wow. Okay, just, I guess retire on track?
Oh,
That's
no, I can't. I retire in the pits.
okay. Interesting.
Absolutely, it's absolutely on me. I've forgotten to pick the spectator mode.
Small guest appearance from ERO legend Black Wolf. As Extinct Body, with all that chaos with the commentary booth, moves up into P1 with a dominant gap. Amazing start from Extinct. And Danik has overtaken Duncan as well. What has happened to Duncan on the start as he's coming back at Danik through Maggots and Beckett's? They're side by side, and Danik
And
overcomes.
noise is gone, I've seen that.
Lots of chaos at the back.
And the Mazzy is gone probably with the fight with noise. I'll just retire and come back to you.
All right, no problem.
There's enough chaos for now.
As there seems to be a battle between THCM and Reloaded. THCM just overtook him for P7. Let's see what tires everyone is on. So we have we have Ivan Belov starting on the soft tires. We have And we have
And
a
they're
mix
very
of
mixed.
hards,
The
very much
very
a
mixed.
mix of mediums and hards for the rest of the field. Looks pretty
Do
even between
you
the
have
two.
any? Do you have any like leaks from the weather?
I did
On
not
the grid?
see any weather updates. Can somebody in the race tell me if there was any threat of rain?
Of course, where they can.
Whenever you can, of course, yes. As we see Duncan getting really close to the rear of Denick.
And Pinjo is slowly catching the Duncan, who's catching Danik. He really want to take the good use from this medium tire compound.
Indeed he does. Right now it's all about whether or not that they can stick into each other's 1 second range before the first DRS zone. Because as it stands right now, Extinct Body is very much in the lead of this race. He's broken DRS range. He's almost 2 seconds up the road.
With the great opportunity to try to run away. He have to. He have to use.
And as it stands right now, it looks like the rest of the field is starting to spread out a lot more.
It's only me, or Extinct is really shabby in his movement. Or maybe it's just a game. Never mind.
I think maybe it is the game.
Nothing
As
new.
I check his telemetry, he has already used half of his battery, compared to Denick, who's used 35%.
Thank you for reminding me about the telemetry.
Denick has used majority of his, and
white.
Duncan with amazing ERS usage for maintaining that 1 second gap. If I were Denick, I would not use that much battery this early on, because it really seems like Duncan.
Well, using it
has
it's very tempting. It's very tempting, but he will regret that pretty quickly.
Right. This is not really a track where conservation is important, but at the same time, you don't want to burn it all on the first 3 laps trying to defend against one person. That's going to leave you open for Duncan. That's going to leave you open for Penzio, maybe even Banks.
Duncan with the first penalty of the race.
3-second time penalty. So as it stands right now, it does not matter too much if Duncan gets the overtake. Again, if knowing that penalty is there, if I were Denick, I would just let him pass.
Very adorable snake forming behind Denick. Will he go for the move? No, he didn't. But he will still hunt it for P2. He must go for it.
As Extinct Body is maintaining a 1.8 second lead over Denick. And Duncan is very close to Denick right now. This seems to be the fight on the track, aside from Bella versus THCM maybe.
In the same time, it looks like we have a team fight in Haas. Ivan is going to overtake THCM.
As Yeast overtakes Klaus as well.
He has the position, he has the tires. The P8 belongs to the Haas driver.
So it seems like Ivan is going to be doing a two-stop strategy most likely, because I'm not sure if soft hard would be the way to go.
Well, it's possible, but his tires will be very painfully to manage at the end.
Indeed they will. Ooh, one thing we missed. Denick has retaken P2 from Duncan.
but definitely Duncan won't let Danik get away. He's using his battery.
Speaking of battery,
Good
Denik is
battery.
almost out of his battery usage.
Definitely, he will be the sitting duck right here, and he will absolutely lose it to the German driver. And here he is in P2, and Pinjo is also hunting for the Aston Martin driver. He's trying to go inside the club veil section, but didn't
Very
want it
close
to
to contact
do
there.
anything stupid. Very close. Pinjo had to fall back.
And Duncan has the fastest lap of the race. And that gap is really starting to come down now between Duncan and Extinct. Now that Duncan's got free
Seems
air.
like the tires. It seems like the hard tires are starting to pay back.
You mean the mediums?
I mean the hards, but never mind. I mean the hards, but never mind.
Oh, I thought you were saying the hards were starting to wear down. My bad.
It's kinda very. This race is very calm. The race itself, not the sprint, but the race for the moment.
Yeah, the sprint was chaos compared to the race. This race is, yeah, very calm, very tame.
Maybe I should. God damn it! Maybe I should. I shouldn't have stayed out in the race.
Hey, who knows? You maybe be up to P11, P12 right now. Yeah, I feel like the mediums are really starting to.
The bad ERS management from Danik slowly starts to get his vengeance.
Exactly. He doesn't really have anything he can defend with now.
And Duncan
has to conserve.
Probably it's the matter of time until Duncan will get his prey, will get extinct, and will take the lead of the race. But everything depends on a good exit to the DRS straight. Probably not this time. Not this time. Not in the Brooklands. But he is going. He is close. The gap is closing down.
For this medium strategy to have paid off for Extinct, he needs to slow down Duncan as much as possible until at least lap 11. That's usually when the pit window opens up for the mediums. That's all the medium runners can really do at this stage. You have to defend.
Oh,
as we see an incident in the back, Klaus is around.
Klaus has fun in the cups, I guess. Yes, that was the legendary third.
As he drops to last place. Well, there seems to be a huge fight going on between these two. Never mind, it may be over now. Between Milagros and Crystal. Yeast also getting close to that battle as well.
There's a very long. I can say the train is really pretty long. The gaps are.
We have a fight going on in the back as Klaus gets a 3-second time penalty. Noise pushing Mazzy through the turn.
Definitely not the luckiest day for the Williams driver.
Indeed. As this seems to be the closest. This definitely seems to be the closest fight right now in the back for P14. As the rest of the field is beginning to spread out a little bit.
Banks' energy is completely gone. He will be the easy prey for Reloaded. Maybe not.
Oh, Penzio has lost it at the
Pinja
exit of
has
Beckett's.
won.
And we have another spin from Klaus at Cops. That is unfortunate for him.
And he has a huge problem to stay the car to stay on the track. Will he retire? There's a huge probability. But let's hope that he won't. We like fighters.
Indeed we do. I'm just not sure if the hard tires are really his type of tire. Maybe if he needs more grip, he
Yes, he's on.
would have
He's on
risked
the
the
hard.
two-stop.
This is the only option in that situation, and Extinct is doing a very great job defending his position.
Speaking of doing a good job, we have Ivan still on the soft tires after 8 laps. His tires have
In that
got
case,
to
the soft hard option is really in the game.
yeah, he's definitely gonna be able to make the soft tire strategy work now.
Yes, it's
But there's
alongside Milas is near the cops.
But there's a
Milas had to hold back because going side by side at Maggots, that's not the wisest move.
I mean, hey, Duncan and Denick made it work on lap 1. Beautiful scenes from them. As they have been holding half-second gaps on each other the entire race.
Even spitting, predictable.
And he's most likely going to be going on to the hards.
5-second time penalty for spinning in the pit lane. Probably there's this is the moment of the race where penalties will be just going down like from the magician's hat.
And he is on the hard tires. He's doing a soft hard one stop.
Well, considering the pit stop time in Britain, the two-stop strategy is usually the lost cause.
Well, yeah, and that's more so because this track has a really long and slow pit straight.
Well, acting
checking
is
in
really
on this lead fight again.
The rock in a Duncan's shoe. He can't overtake the Mercedes driver. Definitely, he will be getting more and more desperate to get this P1, considering the penalty he has.
Indeed, the only hope that Duncan has to win this race as it stands right now is to pass him as soon as possible. Oh, THC is gone. Oh no, he's pitted. Oh my god. I had a heart attack for him.
And there's even the opportunity for Reloaded, for Banks, to join the group.
As Klaus has spun again, he is not having the best of days right now. As THC puts on a set of hard tires, and he's out.
We have Klaus is...
And Yeast is around! Oh man, that is not where you want to lose it either.
And that was not very safe for join from him, from my perspective at least.
It didn't look all that safe to me.
Reloaded is slowly catching the Danik, is slowly catching the leading group. Definitely this race will get more and more interesting.
Alright, so my guess is that a lot of these medium runners are about to come in now.
Duncan has executed this. Has executed the sentence. Extinct won't get it back. I see the lockup from Duncan, but there is the opportunity for him to use the advantage from
Anybody
his tire
staying out?
compound.
Staying out? Let's check this group of medium runners at the back. Mazzy, no. Noise, no. Yeast, no. So all the medium runners seem to think that these tires can go another lap or two.
Well, the gap is already forming, but X-Think will have the DRS. But definitely there is the time where the medium tires will start to give up.
Yes, and that time is now. I can already see that Extinct, for example, is starting to feel the wear on those tires. He is out of the DRS range of Duncan. I have no clue why everyone decided to stay out another lap on these medium tires.
Well, the time is now, otherwise I have no idea. Danik will get his position without any problems. P2 for the German driver.
Yes, those hard tires are really starting to come into their own
And
right now.
Axting is pitting. Well, that was the time for it. Axting, and he received a 5-second time penalty.
Oh no!
What? I have to
As
ask.
Duncan sets the
this
fastest
pitting?
lap.
What
Andrea
with this
staying out
pitting?
another lap on his mediums.
No, medium hard sound like absolute madness for me.
Milagros pitting. Interesting, interesting.
He was on the hard. He was on the hards, right?
So it seems Penzio and Andreas seem to think that their tires can go longer. Maybe they've been managing the tires better than everyone else, but a lot of those medium runners
Maybe
were starting to lose grip after lap 11.
And that was visible from the Axting's point of view. And we have
And a 3-second time penalty
spun.
awarded to Yeast.
Probably he has spun because there was the yellow flag in the sector 1. Definitely not a very good day for the British driver. His potential is pretty high, but sometimes he's just losing it. Andres is speeding, and the drivers on the mediums are going to the pits, as well as Noise, and everyone on mediums has served their pit stops.
You gotta wonder whether or not Milagros thinks that these mediums can go to the end. He's really pushing it.
Well, it's possible, but in the end, he'll get a huge problems with these tires. The situation is Duncan is P1 with the 3-second time penalty, but definitely he is at the moment, for now, and not including the guys which lastly pitted, he's currently the fastest guy on the track. Probably the new tires, the guys in the new tires will change that. And Klaus's, yes, he ended his participation in the race, a very unlucky race of the Polish driver, and Duncan is pitting right now. Duncan is going to the pits. And Danik is taking the lead.
Interesting option from all these people. 12 laps on the mediums. They are going to be feeling it on the last lap. Unless there's a safety car. As we're starting to see some of those hard tire runners come into the coming to the pits, Edzak has made his stop. Will there be anyone else joining this lap?
Well,
It
the
does
Ennis,
not seem to
the
be.
worth to mention is also the Ennis recovery. Okay, the fact he
Oh,
hasn't hit it,
oh!
but the
Oh!
oh,
Wow!
that was pretty close.
That was scary.
That
Okay.
was scary. That was pretty close and very, very unsafe to whoever that was.
Wow. Huh, lucky Ennis, lucky Ennis.
His recovery is worth mentioning, considering his spin in T1. Of course, he still had to pit, but still, he has the chance for the points.
Yes, amazing recovery from Ennis. As we're gonna check back up at the front of the field, Crystal, and Denick. Denick is making his stop. Banks is making his stop. Crystal.
The most important thing is that Duncan has a very comfortable gap after his pit
is staying out.
above exiting.
Will Crystal go for a hard soft strategy? Because that is definitely seeming to be on the table for him right now. We saw Ivan work it out earlier, and now he's in the points after everyone else has stopped.
There is the chance. Definitely for the points for the Haas. We have now the pit stop frenzy. Denick is pitting. Banks is pitting.
They are exiting the pits now. Banks is ahead of Reloaded, and Denick is ahead of Extinct. Now let's see if
great information for Duncan. Also,
and Duncan is currently a net P1 now.
But also we can't forget about the penalty, but still.
I have a feeling that Ennis might also be going for a hard soft strategy like Crystal is.
There's no other option in that situation. The mediums, maybe if they are going this lap, maybe mediums would be still the better option than the softs.
And that's if they decide to come in. As Duncan is catching up to Ennis very, very quickly on those fresh medium tires. He's got them warmed up. Is he gonna make a move on club?
I have the impression that everyone's battery is gone, but when I say this, then there's a fight between Banks and Reloaded for P6. The Polish driver manages to defend his position. Reloaded decides not to attack in the club veil section.
Speaking of battery, Ivan Belov, 70% battery.
Well,
talk about conservation. And the Yeast is on 63%.
Well, it's stupendous management. Not gonna lie. Also, we have to remember that Ivan wasn't fighting for a long time. He is just driving. The track is mostly empty.
So it seems like hard to soft is the dominant strategy for F3 right now.
Oh, we have a very dangerous from Ennis. He has visited the gravel. He run very wide at the cops. Definitely these tires are finished.
Yeah, it definitely seems like his tires are starting to go off the deep end. Maybe he's overheating? I'm not sure. He might have to bite the bullet soon in box, which he is.
He's going in, but Crystal still stays out.
Crystal is still out with a massive lead. 13 seconds to Duncan.
And he's not losing that much. I can say he's gained even some amount of time.
Crystal,
probably he won't lose anything, but this loss is definitely not that.
When everyone else boxed, Crystal had a 15-second lead. It's down to 13 seconds now, so it's
Also, we have to remember about the very, very slow pit stop in the Silverstone. But still,
I mean, even with that, Crystal will probably come out P4, P5, and have the superior tires to fight other people. Duncan's on mediums that are going to be worn out by the end of this race, while Crystal is going to be chasing him down on 2-3 lap old soft tires. Will Crystal come into the box? Yes, he will.
Definitely, the softs are in the game.
Now it's just a question of whether or not he will book.
Thank you very much, and he will take the lead of the race. But Danik is staying still in the gap that ensures his victory. We have to remember that Duncan has a penalty.
For how much time? Let's look at the penalties. Extinct has a 5-second penalty. Duncan has a 3-second penalty. Yvonne has a 5-second penalty, and they are 3s and 6s galore outside of the points. So, as long as Milagros stays in position, as long as he holds position, he's going to finish in the points. We have Crystal, who's come out on the medium tire, so no one is going on the softs to the end of the race. And with a 4-second gap to P11 with 3-second penalties galore behind that, I think we're set. I think this is going to be the points, barring some incident. Speaking of incident, we have a spinner. RPM Yeast in the back, losing his rear.
Not the first time, and definitely this is the race you want to forget.
Indeed. As we have Ennis, P15, P14 Mazzy, P13 Edzak, P12 Noise, P11 THC, P10 Crystal, but he's looking to make that change now as he's getting very close to the back of Milagros. We have Andriesk, who's just battled with Penzio for P7. We have Ivan, who's just maintaining his 5-second gap, which he will probably drop to P10 after penalties, unless somebody else gets a penalty behind him.
Still, these are the points.
Points are points. You are correct.
A fight between Pinjo and Andriesk. The battle definitely will continue. He still has the DRS, but Pinjo has the better speed on the straights. Will he attack? Will he go for it?
It on the inside.
Going for it, and he's ahead of the Belgian driver. Considering the Pinjo's pace, Ivan has his next target.
Well, first he has to worry about Andreas, who is still right behind him.
In the same time, Danik stays in the gap under 3 seconds behind Duncan. The gap is slowly raising, but it's still the winning opportunity for him.
And Danik is completely out of battery.
Well, as well as Duncan.
Well, Duncan has some battery left. Danik is at 5%.
Well, probably he's desperate to just keep himself in this 3-second gap. But
which it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. As we're going to check back on tire status, Danik is on slightly fresher medium, so Duncan's tires are going to fall off before Danik's does, but we have to remember that Extinct is on hard tires. Probably probably gonna have a pace advantage towards the end of this race. Meanwhile, Banks is keeping close to him, where it seems most likely that Banks is going to be getting a podium for this race. And Denick is fighting hard to stay in that 3-second gap.
Well, this will be the close finish. At the moment, there's a bit calm in the track. And we have the old groupies, Extinct, Banks, and Reloaded in the gap of 1.2 seconds. Definitely there will be the fight for the podium.
Oh, as Milagros overtakes Crystal for P9.
But Crystal has spun.
Wait, has he?
Yeah, there was.
Oh no!
Oh, and he done it.
Oh, and he's gone again. No!
He had everything to keep.
Unfortunate.
He had everything to keep the point position. Definitely the nightmare for the Aston Martin driver. What a shame. Definitely. This will impact his performance.
Oh, if I were Crystal, I'd box onto soft tires and try to snatch that fastest lap.
This is the blast, definitely.
Because at this stage, it seems like he will not finish inside the points.
I personally advise you to turn on our beloved trio, Extinct, Banks, and Reloaded, because this will be the fight for the lowest podium position.
Yeah, let's check this fight out. Let's see.
Well, the clock is ticking. Banks probably has a strategy to fill his battery, but the race is slowly coming to the end. He had to attack. Also he don't have to attack. I'm sorry, I've forgotten about the penalty. That cursed 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane.
Indeed. So yeah, P1, P2 are gone, and Denick is starting to drop out of that 3-second gap. As Ennis gets another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Definitely his recovery time is over. His magic from yesterday is gone. Unfortunately. Unfortunately for the show.
Unfortunately. As we're going to check back in on this battle for P3.
Well, Banks doesn't have the motivation to overtake Extinct, but in the same time Reloaded is still hunting for him.
Speaking of hunting, Milagros was just all over the back of Andreas.
And we
have a spinner. It's Yeast again.
In the same, like, definitely Abbey is not his favorite place. Definitely want to be after
I
today.
think that's actually Village. No?
Abbey Village.
Ah, these
Usually
turn
it's the
names are
Abbey where
so
the people are
confusing to
losing
me.
it. Usually it's Abbey where the people are losing their control, but definitely it doesn't matter at the moment
And it
for
seems
him.
like Denik is starting to lose grip on
Starting
his
to lose,
medium
and
tires. He has fallen a half a second in the last lap. So
the only thing Duncan has to do is just keep his cool, keep the pace, and deliver it to the end.
right
One
now
and
it
half lap remain.
right now it seems like it's Duncan's race to lose. As we're looking up and down the grid, there's not much fighting going on. Barely anyone is within DRS of each other aside from Banks and Reloaded. I think we are looking at our finishing order on track as
And
Yeast gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the
but
pit
he
lane.
is going
He's going to
to
be
retire,
going for the fastest lap.
or maybe not. He didn't retire, so this is the case.
Engineers putting on the soft tires. He's going for the fastest lap, people. Let's see if he's able to snatch it. He's got 80% battery. I think he can do it. So long as Duncan doesn't lap him here.
Probably this will be the Duncan race, but at the same moment, Banks, for the moment, is P3, but Reloaded want to get this P3 from him.
And
And he's
Yeast
almost
just...
lost it in the club. He's almost lost it in the club, but it doesn't look like he's going to gain any advantage at all. The batteries of the free cars are absolutely gone extinct. Is not fighting. He has the penalty.
Are they giving blue flags for Yeast? Doesn't seem to be so at the moment.
Definitely not the best situation for his fastest lap attempt.
He might get blue flag soon. But he seems to be pulling out that gap.
This is the last moment. The exit to DRS straight is crucial right here. Will Reloaded attack for one last time? He has the advantage. He's closing.
He's getting
closing.
close.
But he won.
As meanwhile, Duncan comes across the line, first place.
He's really, really close. Reloaded has a penalty also. No, he received a penalty from
Unfortunate.
actually the DRS straight. So, Bank, this is for Polish driver. Oh, and that was...
Oh!
You received the penalty. That was...
Banks gets a 3-second at the line. Ivan comes across in P7. Andreas overtakes him for P7. Milagros comes across P9.
85,000 seconds for the P3. Ultimately, the Polish driver
7 thousandths between P4 and P5. As Crystal gets the fastest lap.
And the blue flags probably stand in the east way to receive his fastest lap. Or he's getting the...
He's got a purple sector too. It looks like he's going to be coming across the line for the fastest lap of the race.
Still the point. Well, it's still the point, so it counts.
It is still a point in the RO, no matter where you finish.
And it is. That was the factor. East received the fastest lap of the race.
Amazing. So RPM, he still gets a point for fastest lap.
Single precious point. But in fact, that was Duncan who has stole the show. The best, the masterpiece from the AlphaTauri driver, definitely the man of the day. So, when it comes to the race, I wish I could present it. Duncan is the winner of the F3 British Grand Prix. Danik P2 after Danik P2. Banks after the furious battle receives the P3 Polska Gogom, as we could say in the Polish chat. Pinjo P4 really close to the podium indeed. Reloaded P5, Accent P6 after some unfortunate turn of events. Andrisk P7, Ivan P8, Milagros P9, and THCM receives the 1 point as well as East for the fastest lap of the race.
Alright, let's see if we can get interviews for our podium drivers.
And my game just crashed. Wonderful position, I'd say.
Oh, as we are not gonna hear from Banks. And it does not seem like we are going to get interviews.
Probably not. That was an intense race after all. The people want to rest.
Yeah, that race was pretty calm for the most part until the last few laps when people really started to kick it into full gear. So, with that being said, we have other racing going on today and other tiers. We have PCF2, we have PSF2 racing later today. So I do highly recommend that you guys join those races, watch those races, because I guarantee that you will get a good amount of entertainment out of that. So, with that being said, my name has been Elliot Parker, and this has
and mine was Daniel Skrzydlak.
And this has been the PSF3 British Grand Prix. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone.